Hey y'all, so today I'm going to share 5 tips on how you can balance your full-time job and your business. If you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tay and I help bakers elevate their business and decorating skills. So for those of you that don't know, when I first started baking 7 years ago, was in school to get my bachelor's degree. I was working 2 part-time jobs, yes, 2. And I was running my business. Now, granted, my business is nowhere near what it is today, but I was still balancing and trying to juggle 2 part-time jobs, school, homework, family, friends, just my self-care. I was trying to juggle it all. So I know what I'm talking about. The first tip is to buy a planner. If you don't have a planner, DM me so I can buy you a planner, because you cannot rely on your brain to remember everything. But you actually need like a physical planner, something that you can carry around with you that is, big enough for you to write all your notes, but small enough to where it's not like it getting in the way and you can actually carry it around with you, because you have to be able to plan your days out. When you are trying to balance a business and a full-time job, you have to be able to visually see what it is that you need to complete and on the exact date that you need to complete it. That is the key way that I have been able to balance everything out. As you start to use your planner, you are going to create like your weekly schedule for your business. So in that planner, you are going to assign yourself like tasks. If there's certain things that you need to get done on Mondays, you're going to make sure that is on your schedule for Monday. Then your next task will be on Tuesday and then Wednesday. What I like to do is I like to break up, instead of saying I have to make this 3-tiered cake by Saturday, I will break up everything that I need to do to make that cake. I will break it up and assign it to a different day. For example, Monday, I might bake the cake, wrap it, and freeze it. Boom, I got that part of this 3-tier cake done. That way, I don't feel like I'm so overwhelmed when it comes Thursday, Friday. This is where time management comes in handy. Like, if you don't have time management, it's going to show in your business. So you really have to be able to manage your time well. And you are also going to have to make some schedules when it comes to planning out your week. Not some schedules. You're going to have to make some sacrifices when it comes to planning out your schedule. So what I mean by that is there might be some days that you have to wake up early. So let's say you start work at 8. I work remote, but I used to work in the office, so I understand the time commitment is different. So let's say you have to be at work at 8, right? So you might have to get up at 6, and while you're getting ready for work, you can be prepping your buttercream. You can be prepping your ingredients so that way when you get off of work, all you have to do is add your oil and add all your wet ingredients to your dry ingredients. Maybe that's what you have to do. Maybe that's the time sacrifice you'll have to make. Or you can wake up in the morning, wake up earlier in the morning, you can use that time to respond to inquiries. You could wake up at 6 and spend 30 minutes responding to inquiries and emails. You can get your posts scheduled. You can draft your captions. You can plan out your content for the week. You can use the hour or so before work and before you commute to work to plan out your day or your week. If you can't wake up early before you go to work, if you have other commitments that you have to tend to in the morning, utilize your lunch break. Don't underestimate that 1-hour lunch break, okay? Because that 1-hour lunch break is going to allow you to get a lot done. And also, do not underestimate the commute time. If you do not work from home and you are driving to work, let's say you have a 30-minute commute, or let's say you have an hour commute. And I used to have a commute. I used that time to write my captions for my posts. I planned out my content. I used that time to learn. So if there was a podcast I wanted to listen to, if there was a course that I was taking, I would take the course while I'm in the car driving to work, or while I'm on the bus. So you have to really take advantage of all of those time slots that you have. Don't think because it's, oh, I only have a 15-minute break, or I only have a 30-minute lunch. You better use all them 15 minutes, all that 30 minutes, because I promise you, working towards your business for 15 minutes a day is better than not working towards your business at all. Number 2 is preparation. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I tell everybody this because if you are not prepared, it's going to show in your business. You're going to be running around like a chicken with a head cut off because you're going to be scrambling at the last minute to get things together. So for example, if you have 5 cakes this week, you should have your cake boxes should be assembled and prepped and already ready for the cake to be inside of them on Monday or Tuesday. That is not something that you should be doing on Saturday when your client texts you and say, hey, I'm on my way to pick up my order. That should already be done. So that is just one part of preparing. You can prepare in your business, in any business, not just the baking business. You can prepare in so many other ways. And that is where having that planner that I talked about in step 1 is going to really come in handy. Number 3 is automation and systems. Please, 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 please take advantage of automations and systems. And what I mean by automations and systems is, for example, I use a invoicing system called Square. So when a client tells me, okay, thank you, I want to move forward with the order, I will send them an invoice in Square, and I can automate Square to send them reminders at specific dates that I indicate. I can set up email reminders to be triggered and sent to my clients, so that way they know they have 7 days their balance is going to be due. The day before their balance is due, they'll get another email. The day of, they'll get another email. The day after, they'll get another email. That way I can be worried about all the other things. I don't have to be worried about, oh wait, did I check in with so-and-so and make sure that they paid their balance? Or I used to have to text them once they picked up their order and say, hey, don't forget to pay the balance. That is not what you should be doing. You should be paid up front, but that's another conversation for another day. But you need to have some systems and automations in place, so that way that's one less thing that you have to be worried about. Because when you think about it, it doesn't matter if, oh, it only takes 5 minutes to text my client and say, hey, don't forget to pay your balance. Yes, it may only take 5 minutes, but if you have 5 clients, if you have 10 million other things to do, if you have a full-time job, you have a family, you have children, you have other things to tend to, that 5 minutes could be dedicated and be utilized somewhere else in your life. So please implement systems. So another example of automations is Instagram. Instagram has automated DM responses. So if someone DMs you, you can set it up to where it triggers an automatic automation. So it tells them, hey, it's a not personalized, but it is something that you create, and it's your own template, and you say, hey, thanks for reaching out. If you are inquiring about a price or a quote for a cake, click the link in my bio, because you will have, some people are flooded with DMs about people saying, hey, how do I book? But you can set something up to where you don't have to spend 15 minutes of your life responding to everyone, personally responding to them and saying, hey, click the link in my bio to book, when you can just set up an automated response to them. Another one is automated emails. So you can set up email newsletters. You can set it up, and then you can schedule when it's going to go out. So you don't have to remember to click send. You can set up you can plan out your email content and have it set up to send on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday. So if you're preparing for a Black Friday sale, but you also have to focus on your full-time business, spend some time, schedule all your emails out, and just close the computer and you don't even have to be worried about it. So there's so many different apps and tools. Another one that I almost forgot was you can schedule on Instagram. So you can use third-party apps to schedule your posts on Instagram, so that way you can have everything in the third-party app, and you can say post this reel on Thursday at 5 p.m. and you could be down the street doing something completely different and your reel is just posted. So a lot of people utilize that as well. Just find ways to where you do not have to be present to get things done. Number 4 is get somebody else to do it.
Record me real quick.
Get somebody else to do it.
It's for.
I love that TikTok. Anyway, so number 4 is if you can't do it, hire someone else who can. And this is one that I wish that I stuck to more, is really finding other people that can help me in my business. Because a lot of us tend to think like, well, I can't afford to hire someone. I can't afford to pay somebody to go help me do this or help me with my Instagram posts or go pick up my groceries. But if you incorporate that into the price of your cakes, you absolutely can. Because one thing that we can't get back is time. We could get money back, but we can never get our time back. So you always have to be mindful of how you are spending your time. So I did not utilize this enough when I was growing my business, and I was like, oh, I'm about to go to the store. I am about to be the person making all of my content. I am going to be the person researching how to grow my business. I'm going to be the person applying for grants. We don't have enough hours in the day to do everything. So we're already committed to our 9 to 5 for at least a minimum, most of us, a minimum of 8 hours. And then outside of that window is when we have time slots to fit in everything else. So we have to make sure that if this is something you can delegate to someone else, if this is something you can hire your little brother, your sister, your cousin, somebody to help you out and just pay them, per task. So here's $20 if you do this for me. Or, if you want to pay someone hourly, do that. But trust me, having that additional time in your day to where you can now work on something else. Like lately, I have been taking full advantage of delivery services or pickup services. So instead of me going in the store, walking down each aisle of the grocery store to find what I need for my orders, I'm going on the Walmart app and I'm adding them to my cart, I'm paying, and I'm driving up when they tell me my order is ready and they're putting it in my car and I'm going. Because the time that I spend in the store could be time spent somewhere else. I can easily add everything to the app in less than 10 minutes and be done. I can't do that standing in line in the store, scanning my items in the store. That's just one example. I have hired my little sister to do some work for me. That didn't last too long because she had to get fired. But anyway, I definitely am utilizing websites like Fiverr. I am utilizing templates. If I can find templates on Etsy, that'll cut the time down so I don't have to figure out how to do something from scratch. You don't always have to reinvent the wheel. Number 5, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So at the end of the day, you can be booked and busy, but if you are not booked, busy, and healthy, what does it matter? So too often we get so caught up in getting the orders and scaling our business and generating all this income that we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to continue to do our self-care. We forget to take our vitamins. We forget to eat. We forget to rest. Don't forget about the self-care. Don't forget to keep yourself up, to make time to get your nails done, your feet done, maybe get your hair done every once in a while, meal prep so that you have food to eat. Make sure if you have a weekend off, maybe spend a day just resting. Spend a day not worried about cakes. Don't worry about posting. Don't worry about emails. Don't worry about any of that. You need to make sure that in this schedule, when you're planning out using your planner that I talked about in step number 1, when you are planning this out, make sure that you are incorporating rest days. I do it all the time. So if I know and I see that I'm going to have a busy month, I will incorporate a rest weekend or a rest day. So what I started doing maybe 2 years ago is I stopped taking orders for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I used to take orders pretty much like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then I changed it to where I'm only taking orders Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So if you have an order that you want on Sunday, you're going to have to pick it up on Saturday. Why? Because Sunday, that is my me day. That is my day to spend with my family. That is my day to spend with myself. That is my day to rest from a busy work week and business week. That is not my day to still be going outside, taking cakes to clients' cars, taking pictures of cakes, boxing cakes up. That's not the day for that. That is my rest day, so that way I can start my week strong come Monday. So make sure that you are taking care of yourself and only commit to what you can do. So please don't overcommit to orders or last minute orders if they really are going to force you to sacrifice your you time. Another thing that I want to add to that is don't treat your business like a burden. And what I mean by that is don't treat it like, oh my gosh, I have to go in here. I got to do this. I got to do that. I'm just so irritated. Like, I don't want to do that. That was me. And every time I felt myself feeling burdened to do it, I underperformed and I was overworked. So it was almost like a double whammy. I already don't want to do this. So now when I go to do it, now I'm underperforming and now I possibly have to do it twice. I have to do it again because I didn't like how it came out because I have an attitude about doing it. So you really have to try your best, and this is why number 1 is so important, because if you plan everything out as best as you can and you incorporate that little bit of you time into your week to where you're not working on your business every single night, till 1 o'clock in the morning, then you won't necessarily be treating it like it's a burden. You'll be treating it like, okay, this is something I committed to and I have already made time in my schedule to do this, versus scrambling at the last minute trying to make it happen. So those are my 5 tips on how to balance your full-time job and your business. I hope this was helpful for y'all. And if you ever have any questions, please DM me on Instagram at the K Canvas Studio. Or if you want to book a virtual coaching session with me, I also offer an hour coaching session where I can help walk you through any questions, any concerns that you may have about your business. I can help coach you to help you elevate your business and your brand.